A man who conquers himself is greater than one who conquers 1,000 men in battle. Buddha. You stand between two worlds. To your left, the dust of Rome rises, where men march in perfect silence, shields locked, eyes hardened not by choice, but by necessity. Their strength is not their own, it is borrowed from the collective, forged in obedience, bound by fear of breaking rank. To falter means death, not just for you, but for the brother beside you. To your right, the voice of Athens whispers through the air. A man in plain robes sits barefoot upon the stone steps, surrounded by those who would soon condemn him. Socrates speaks not with steel, but with questions sharper than swords. He faces death not with armor, but with unshakable conviction that truth is stronger than the blade. Two models of an unbreakable mind. One built on submission, discipline, and collective order. The other built on defiance, questioning, and inner sovereignty. Which one is stronger? Which one do you secretly crave to be? The unyielding soldier, faceless in the legion, or the philosopher who stands alone against the world? Welcome to Legend's Legacy, where history becomes a mirror for your own mind. Here, you do not simply learn of empires and thinkers, you wrestle with their ghosts. You confront the ideas that forged civilizations, and you decide which legacy will shape your own. As you listen, I ask you, which path of resilience speaks to you more deeply, the collective iron of Rome or the solitary flame of Greece? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your reflections carry weight. And if you wish to journey deeper into wisdom, subscribe to Legend's Legacy, where every story sharpens the edge of your soul. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable. George Washington. You stand in formation, shoulder pressed to shoulder, your breath heavy beneath the iron weight of your helmet. Around you, 10,000 men breathe as one. The command is shouted, not asked, not debated, and your body obeys before your mind can wander. You are no longer you. You are Rome. This was the genius of the Roman Legion. Strength was not left to chance, nor to the fragile whims of individual courage. It was engineered, hammered into the flesh of ordinary farmers, shepherds, and slaves until they became instruments of unbreakable will. Fear was inevitable, but it was not allowed to live alone in a man's chest. It was fused into the collective heartbeat. When the barbarian charge thundered across the plains, you did not feel alone. The shield beside yours was your anchor. The man behind you was your lifeline. Together, you formed a wall of discipline that could outlast chaos itself. But discipline is double-edged. To be unbreakable in Rome meant surrendering your selfhood. You did not question. You did not hesitate. You moved as commanded. Your mind was trained to silence its own rebellion, for in the Legion, individuality was a weakness. Carl Jung says, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parents." The legionary bore a similar burden, the unlived life of the self, sacrificed for the immortality of the empire. Ask yourself, is this strength, or is it slavery disguised as honor? To be so fused to the will of the collective that you no longer belong to yourself, is that the mark of an unbreakable mind, or the quiet death of it? The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. Now the scene shifts. No shields, no iron helmets, no war drums. Instead, a humble man sits barefoot in the marketplace of Athens. His enemies surround him not with spears, but with accusations. He is charged with corrupting the youth, with questioning the gods, with daring to unsettle the fragile comfort of his city. Yet his face is calm, his voice steady, his questions sharper than the sword of any Roman centurion. Here, resilience is not the silence of obedience. It is the courage to stand alone against the majority. Socrates refuses to escape when given the chance, choosing instead to drink the hemlock. His strength is not built on the shield wall, but on the sovereignty of his own mind. The Greek philosopher's resilience was different, fragile in appearance, but indestructible in essence. He taught that the true battlefield lies within, between ignorance and wisdom, cowardice and truth, conformity and authenticity. Where the Roman legionary buried fear beneath the weight of command, the philosopher turned inward, asking, "What is fear? What is death? Why should truth bow before comfort?" Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." The philosopher's why was unshakable, the pursuit of truth, even unto death. No army could strip that away. But this path is perilous. To stand alone is to invite exile, mockery, betrayal, even death. The philosopher bears the full weight of solitude. No brother at his side. No shield to lean upon. Only his own voice, his own conscience, his own defiance. So, ask yourself, would you rather be broken into obedience, safe within the legion, or risk everything to preserve the fragile fire of your individuality? Freedom is nothing else but a chance to be better. Albert Camus. Two visions of strength now stand face to face. On one side, the Roman legion, iron discipline, obedience, and a unity so absolute it could outlast storms of chaos. On the other side, the Greek philosopher, solitary, questioning, unshaken even when stripped of every comfort and protection. The legionary whispers, "Safety lies in order. Alone you are fragile, but together you are eternal." The philosopher responds, "What is eternity worth if you surrender your own soul to gain it?" One believes in survival through submission, the other in freedom through defiance. Both demand sacrifice. Both carry shadows. For the Roman soldier, the cost of strength was individuality. His life was not his own. He marched when commanded, killed when ordered, and died when necessary. The unbreakable wall he formed was built on countless broken cells. For the philosopher, the cost of freedom was isolation. His courage was profound, but profoundly lonely. He carried no shield, no legion at his back. He faced ridicule, exile, even execution. The unbreakable mind here was forged not in the comfort of unity, but in the furnace of solitude. Which path do you feel drawn to? The collective discipline of Rome, or the solitary courage of Greece? Both are mirrors. Both reveal your own hidden longings. Do you crave the safety of belonging, or the fire of standing alone? Carl Jung warns us, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Rome avoided this terror by silencing the self. Greece embraced it, even when it led to death. And so the question lingers in you. Which form of strength will you choose when your own trial arrives, obedience or defiance? A nation that makes a great distinction between its scholars and its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. Thucydides. Your world is no longer Rome, nor is it Athens, but their ghosts still shape you. You live in an age where survival does not demand swords and shields, yet the battle for the mind is fiercer than ever. Anxiety, distraction, conformity, manipulation, these are the new enemies. The Roman legion teaches you the discipline of endurance, the ability to rise each morning, carry weight without complaint, hold the line when life grows chaotic. Without discipline, your mind fractures under pressure. Without order, your will collapses. The Greek philosopher teaches you the courage of questioning, the ability to stand apart, to refuse the easy lie, to confront your own fears without flinching. Without philosophy, discipline becomes slavery. Without questioning, obedience turns to blind submission. The unbreakable mind of today must be a hybrid. Discipline without thought breeds chains. Thought without discipline collapses into weakness. But together, structure and freedom, unity and individuality, they forge resilience that neither Rome nor Athens could achieve alone. You must march like a legionary when life demands endurance. You must stand like Socrates when truth demands defiance. Both strengths live within you. Both legacies are yours to claim. So now, the question turns to you. Which legacy will you honor more? The iron wall of Rome or the solitary flame of Greece? Or will you forge your own unbreakable mind from both? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your voice matters here. And if you seek to keep sharpening your mind with history's greatest lessons, subscribe to Legends Legacy, where the wisdom of empires and philosophers lives on, not as dusty relics, but as fire for your own soul.